Hello, everybody. Um, I've been real tired. Been going through some things mentally, but I wanted to make this video pretty much about me constantly having to defend my blackness or my us as people, as a race, so-called race, social construct, whatever. But this video is about me having being tired of explaining who we are or who I am or my pro-blackness to people that have a country, that have a history to go back to. And there's certain people that I talk to that's like, why you always pushing the black this, black that, black families stick together, this, and that, instead of pushing human issues? Well, my problem is you have a home to go back to. You have a country. You have all of the culture. You can track who did what. While the ones they label black, which is me, we're everywhere. I could be all parts of African. But if you look at Africa, it's a continent. It's not a country. So go back to Africa, I'm like, where can I go to Africa? Because Uganda's a country, Nigeria's a country, all of these places. And the people that tell me I need to open up and be an open book are the ones that have their country, like El Salvador, they have Mexico, they have Europe, I don't know, London. They can trace their lineage, their DNA, their history. They can trace everything back to that. We don't have anything. What do we have? You know? And I just get frustrated. And I'm getting tired of people telling me that life is more than about being black. Well, until we get what we owed and what was stolen, until all of that gets replaced, until detractors have until you give us back what you stole, then you'll never hear me. If you repair the damage, you'll never hear me say another pro-black thing again, because I believe in all lives matter. I believe in human issues. I believe in rights. But when you have a clear agenda out to come after us as so-called black people, then I have a problem with that, because I'm not telling you to forget your roots. I'm not telling anybody to forget their get their love for people, or forget things that lost my train of thought. Yeah, I'm just tired of people telling me to stop being so pro-black and be more open. Well, I'm open to everything. It's just that people are not open up to what I'm saying because they're tired of dealing with race issues. Well, we're not getting the justice. We're not getting all of the things that we're owed. So the problem is, if we go and take them, then we're called savages. We're called all of these horrible things. When this land or this country was settled, what did they do? Raped, pillaged, they killed. They pretty much stole this land by having the upper hand, which by saying that, they visited all other countries and stole their technology and used it against us, who was already here. So when you tell me stop being so pro-black, or stop always making everything about black issues, well, that's who I am. I'm not white. I'm not Latino. I'm not from Pakistan or wherever. I'm not Asian. I'm black, so-called black. So who else am I supposed to talk about? I'm not supposed to talk about things I don't know. That's not what an intelligent person does. I talk about things that I know. And the unfair treatment of black people in this so-called country, which is a corporation, is the actual problem. We're marginalized. We're penalized for talking, for just being. We can't get fair justice. We can't get jobs. And if we create things just for us, then we're called racist, reverse racism. We're called all kind of things. But all we got is a month out of a social out of a country that wasn't built for us. You acknowledge us for a month, and that month it's only for capital. It's only for gain. It's not because you love black people, and that's the real deal. Like when I say I want to go back home, I always say Louisiana, and when I say I love my people, I say black people. But where can I go to really feel at home? Where do I really feel at home? They say home is where the heart is. Where my heart is everywhere in America, so-called America. I don't know any other place but this place. And this country don't acknowledge us as its citizens. They acknowledge us as get over it. They acknowledge us as doers, you know. But they don't acknowledge what we've done. They tell us to stop whining. They tell us to rise above. Well, everything that we are going through as people in this country is has been orchestrated, you know, or has been brought out of us. It's all about psychological warfare. Everything else is chemical or biological. It's all kind of warfare. But once you control the mind, you control everything, and that's point blank. Period. So you can't fault somebody for loving themselves. Like, I don't tell people to be less of themselves. I want people to embrace who they are. So when I embrace my struggle or pain, because I can't embrace the culture. Black is not a culture. Black is a color or a shade or whatever you want to call it. But black is not who I am. I am not Afro-American. I am not a nigger. I am not African-American. You know? So what really am I? You know? We can start with Moors. You know, I can dive into that. But what culture am I supposed to be so happy to just be satisfied with? Like, hip hop ain't my culture because that's just a way of people expressing themselves. That is not who all that we are. Like, I love hip hop, but that's not me. You know, hip hop is a tool. So when people tell me to get over and stop being pro-black, I have a real problem with that because I don't tell you to be less of who you are, you know? And when I tell you to be proud of yourself and stay within that truth, then some people like to tell me, well, I like to move around and be free. Well, I like to be free in my so-called blackness. How about that? So it's different when I want to do it because that's all I talk about with certain people versus you know? I'm not against people going outside the race to experience different things because I love culture. I love experiencing people's culture, you know? I'm just not going to identify with, I'm just not going to take on those characteristics because that's not who I am, even though a lot of things came from us, you know, because we're all over the globe, but that's neither here or there. It's just, I'm frustrated and I don't like when people tell me what to do. When they have a country to go back to, they have the history, they have things, you know what I mean? What they say Irish went through, were slaves too. Chinese were slaves. But look, they have a whole ass country to go back to. They have their own dialect, their own language. They have their own way of being. They have all of that. But what do black people have? What do we have to go back to? America? This country don't acknowledge us, don't even care about us enough to change and stop being a corporation. So are we going to go back? You know, where are we going? Then if they say we have a problem with America, go back to Africa. Be more specific, please. So it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I'm still going to be me, and I'm still going to be pro-black. And by being pro-black doesn't mean I hate anybody. or I'm against any other people. And the definition to me of pro-black is having everything be black, even your home, even who you love. And I'm not saying that's making you any less if you don't love black women or black men. It's just you can't claim that title. But that's neither here or there. Yes, if you're gonna F with me or mess with me or be around me, please understand that I'm gonna push who I am because that's all that I know how to be. I understand and I empathize and I've done my research on other things and other people. It's just that this is who I am, this is who we are. And we're so much more, but we don't even know who we are so we can be who we need to be. So with that being said, peace, enjoy the rest of your day, be loved, be light, set dream, set goals, push everything forward, push your blessings forward, push what made you better forward, and just enjoy the rest of your day. And peace, be loved, be light.